Are you going live now?
Yeah, I'm live
Are
now.
you
Good
going
morning,
live?
everyone. Yeah. Welcome to Fuel for Success. This is episode number 131. And Matt and Mike coming at you in 3D. Well, no, not really. I did do a little red blue thing on my 131. So maybe if you had the right glasses, it would look 3D, but it's kind of hard to see. I need to get closer. I don't know what I can do. Anyway, good morning, everyone. It's great, fantastic, and awesome to be here. It's raining for the 780th day in a row here in Hastings, Minnesota. The Mississippi River is overflowing its banks, and luckily we're like 300 feet in elevation above it, so it should be about 2 days before my house floods. How are you doing this morning, Matt?
Well, I've got three things to say. One, I feel bad for you people up there because you don't even get that many days of summer as it is. Now you got to deal with rain. That's just not fair. Number two, good to see you, my friend. I love the thought of the 3D there with the numbers. I thought you were going red and blue in honor of the U.S. soccer team or the 4th of July, my friend. Wow, I cannot believe that July 4th, my second favorite holiday. Like for me, July 4th is sacred. It is like a holy day for me. It's my second favorite holiday, my friend. I mean, I start at like 5 a.m. I wake up to, the Pledge of Allegiance, God bless America. I wear red, white, and blue. I enjoy the day. That's all there is to it. I hope it don't rain. That's what I got to say.
I
Thirdly, is Mike and I spend about 5 to 10 minutes before we click go live, chatting it up, going over the questions that have come in and all that good stuff. Now, those should be aired, Mike. We could probably take those 10-minute videos, and those would probably be more viewed than our actual Fuel for Success. But
could be.
needless to say, those will never be aired, my friends.
Actually, as I was doing the red and blue, I don't have any idea what you mean by soccer team, but I did think of the 4th of July when I was doing the red and blue. And you know what? I can't believe it. We have a great Canadian contingency that views our show, and we totally forgot to wish them a happy Canada Day yesterday. So my
We blew it.
apologies to our Canadian friends.
We totally blew it because probably 40% of our audience is Canadians. And Mike, we ought to be ashamed that we didn't. You have a Canadian flag. You didn't wave it.
I don't know
I've
what I
got a
was thinking.
Canadian. I didn't use it. So to our Canadian friends, we'll have to pay more attention on your Thanksgiving Day. When is their Thanksgiving Day? It's different than ours.
Yeah, it is in the fall, but I don't remember. We'll check that and make sure that we. Hey, you know what's great about this is we get to celebrate all the holidays now, right? That's great. We'll make sure that we acknowledge that. Also, Boxing Day.
Fox. The holiday theme is getting out of hand. I mean, as much as
Thanks,
I
Marie.
love holidays, the important holidays, dude, they're coming up with holidays for everything now. And actually, time out. I've got mixed emotions about it. I'm actually cool with it as a guy that believes in celebration and honoring, and I believe in traditions. I believe in specialness and whatnot. So I got mixed emotions about all the, holidays. Can you give me your feelings on it? Are you okay with it? Does any of it bother you?
No, I'm less of a. There's some people that kind of go crazy with like birthdays, and they're everything has to be a big celebration if it's Father's Day and Mother's Day and all those things, and I'm sort of on the other end of that spectrum. I sort of don't.
I know you and I are the type of people that if we don't get cards for our birthday, if Mike, if you don't text me happy birthday, I'm not gonna say to you as a friend the next day, I'm hurting.
Hey,
You didn't text me happy birthday, Mike. I'm hurting right now. Please
hey,
don't call me for a few days because I need some time. I'm hurting. I
uh,
just don't see that.
no,
You know what I'm saying?
you
And I've
know,
got friends that would be hurt,
yeah.
you know?
I just want to go on record and say this: I never wish anyone a happy birthday or happy anniversary on Facebook. Ever. I've never done it
I
one
know.
time. So if I don't wish you a happy birthday on Facebook, please don't take it personally. I never do. Not even I don't even wish my wife a happy birthday on Facebook.
And you know what, Mike? I respect that. I especially respect it because all the people that they only type happy birthday, what is this? Add in one or two more words, something personal.
Right.
But
Happy
happy birthday
birthday,
is like,
you punk.
yeah, happy birthday, you're an idiot. So I would rather have that, you know. But Mike, you know, you get a Christmas card and it says you open it up and literally it just has the person's name signed. I'm like, you're out of your mind. Are you serious? Like, who would do this? Where did this come from? Who would like mail a card without a note? But anyways, forget that. Why don't you wish people happy birthday on Facebook? Let's talk about that.
Well, a couple of reasons. One is if I start wishing people a happy birthday on Facebook, then my experience tells me that I am guaranteed to one day miss somebody who's going to be offended by it. And then they'll go back and point to the 30 people that I did wish a happy birthday to and say you wish them a happy birthday and you didn't wish me a happy birthday. Because I've got, I mean, there's thousands of people that you're networked with. I'm like, there's no way to keep up, first of all. And second of all, it's like if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most sincere, heartfelt way to wish someone a happy birthday, right? And 0 being like the least sincere way, wishing someone a happy birthday on Facebook is somewhere around 0.6.
I gotta say I agree. In fact, is it almost bothers me when I get like 900 happy birthdays on my wall because then I gotta like all my content's like now way down there. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, don't like, you know. Anyways, another thing is too is you know, should we kind of talk about social media for a little bit? Maybe we should save this for like relationship day, maybe. But I got some things to say about
Hey, we're on a
people that
roll.
are always, huh?
We're on a roll. It's okay. It's our show.
Our show. It is spiritual, you know. But anyways, I think it's like this. I think it's kind of like somebody puts a picture on my Facebook, right? Now, I don't want anyone to misunderstand this. A lot of times, I'm a neat freak. Like anybody that knows me, like everything's in order. It's decent. It's like I can't even go to bed unless like I'm just that way. That's my personality. So like I even like my Facebook wall to be neat. So I don't like a lot of like different pictures and of you know, and I don't mean like pictures of like personal pictures, but I'm talking more like you know, somebody might put like a saying that maybe Michael Jordan missed 9,000 shots, you know, those types of pictures.
Yeah.
Like after a while, you know, or maybe a picture of like, you know, thinking of you today and it's a monkey waving, you know, or whatever. I usually, I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but I usually either delete those or hide them from my timeline because I want my wall neat. That would be like me going to your yard, Mike, tomorrow and like sticking a sign in it or like bringing a picture over and hanging it on your wall. Like I come over tomorrow, you ready? And I just start hanging a picture on your wall. Like, what if you don't like that picture, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So don't ever feel hurt if you throw a monkey on my Facebook and tomorrow the next day you don't see it there. Please don't be hurt at me. I don't want an inbox you chewing me out, telling me I'm not a good person anymore. I've literally had people say, I used to have the highest respect for you. I'm like, because I don't want a monkey on my Facebook? I lose respect with you? Really?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't mean it doesn't even mean you don't like the picture. It's like, hey, that's
Yeah.
funny, right? Hey, that was funny. That was cool. Thanks. Delete. I mean,
And I just don't want my wall like all these, you know. And I'm tired of getting invitations for these games, man.
well,
What is this?
that people ordinarily don't like intentionally go, yeah, invite Matt Maddox to that game. It just sends it to all your friends list sort of automatically. So people don't necessarily intend to do that. They're just like involved in the game and it's like, oh, get 12 new Smurf berries by clicking this button. Click. I don't care. Just do it. Give me Smurf berries. And then it sends the invite out. So I'm,
Well, we've dug a big hole today. We're at risk of like, you know, People thinking that we're like heartless. Mike don't wish people happy birthday. He don't even wish his wife happy anniversary.
No,
We
no,
hate
no.
Christmas. Don't post pictures of monkeys on our wall. Don't send us pictures of games. You know what I'm saying? Borderline, like, wow, man, we love these guys. These guys feed the homeless. They give ice cream to kids in the park.
So, yeah. So I do wish people a happy birthday, and I like Al said something about text messages and stuff. It's sort of the cheapest way to do it. I will send people like happy birthday texts, like personally, but it's not just like happy birthday send. It's like I want you to know about the time, the blah blah blah. You influenced me, and you've been an inspiration, etc. Happy birthday, boom. That's the sort of thing that I like to do. Because really, I mean, take some time and acknowledge people, and that's a great thing. And I'm not opposed to people wishing people a happy birthday on Facebook. I just don't personally do it. So
Well,
there
unless
you
it's
have it.
like me, this like a really long, expressive text, like long, and your reply is "Thanks, man, means a lot." I'm like, Mike, did my text not touch you? You're like, yeah, I said it means a lot. It's all good. Anyways, Karen's leaving our show. Al's writing a blog about us. We got all kinds of stuff stirred up, my friends.
We're alienating everyone. All right, who else can we make mad today? Let's see.
I know. Let's put on one more thing.
I just want Al to
What
know
do
I'm
you?
drinking coffee again today.
I forgot my water. A, B, and I don't want to get up because I know Karen gets mad at that. I despise lottery tickets in gas stations. I know I've said it before. I've got to get it off my chest. It happened to me yesterday. I just shook my head. I counted my blessings. I had to go to a place of gratitude. I was just gonna literally think, are you kidding? Like I'm in this like line. There's like 12 people backed up now because one person's waiting for lottery tickets. You know.
Do you ever get behind the guy that like buys $10 in scratch offs and then stands there with his car keys, like scratching them all off? You're like, can I
I know
can I
why.
can I pay for my?
Is there ever like also like an awkward moment at the soda machine when you're going to get ice? Like people have a hard time waiting while you're getting ice, right? They're like their cup is like right next to yours. I'm like, okay, here, have at it. I'll wait. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're getting ice, and then all of a sudden their cup is like right here. It's like the ice is gonna run as soon as I pull my cup away, you know? And I'm like, "Hey, can you give me a little breathing room here?" You know what I'm saying? This is gonna take literally less than like 3 seconds. You know what I mean? But
Well,
it's just humanity.
let me ask you this. Let me paint a scenario for you. We're at Culver's, and you're getting ice in the ice machine, and Culver's is about the only place I ever drink any sort of pop or soda. And
Oh,
like
the root beer.
three things over is the root beer. I walk up. Let's pretend I don't know you. You're getting ice. I walk up. I get root beer like two nozzles down from the ice. Is that socially inappropriate?
Yes.
It is.
Now people do it all the time. People do it all the time. I've done it. I've thought, well, they're getting ice. Here, I'm gonna grab the water or the root beer or whatever, right? But probably best just to wait, give people their space. You know, I don't know. Al says give them their space.
Okay. Just curious. I've done it too. I will do better.
I've done it too, Mike. I've done it. In fact, when people have done it, I'm saying, "Oh, come on in, come on in. Hey, in fact, everybody, come on in, gather in here. We're gonna sing while we're at it. Let's hold hands here. Come on in. I'm just getting my ice. Don't worry about me over here." You know what I'm saying?
And by the way, Karen's right. If you're drinking root beer, you don't need ice. The proper way to drink root beer is without ice. Thank you very much.
I'll have to disagree with both of you because I personally love ice. Love it. So the thought of like enjoying a root beer without ice is disappointing to me.
So when you go to A&W and you get like the frosted mug, is that okay? Because there's no like ice in it.
You know what? It's more okay. It's more okay. It's not completely okay, but it's more okay. Sherry says she hates beer. I mean, root beer. Um, well, Mike, sooner or later, my friend, we're supposed to be helping people with their spirituality. Here we are
Yeah,
needing help in our own lives because we're selfish. We don't let people in to get ice with us. We don't like Christmas cards. We don't, appreciate people giving us pictures. You don't say happy birthday to people. I mean, we need some help.
we do. Well, the good news is today is Wednesday, and just like every Wednesday at 15 minutes into the show, we're going to talk about spirituality. And we clearly need prayer, Matt. Um, so let me ask you this question. Why is it we know the importance of prayer in our spiritual life? We know how incredibly important it is to keep us close to God and keep us, walking in the Spirit. Why is it so hard to maintain a daily prayer life, to get into the rhythm of prayer?
Three reasons. Number one reason it's so hard to pray is because the devil is the master of distraction. I don't think we realize how sly the enemy really is and how much he really does work with distraction. I think that the one of the reasons is because if you can get into a flow of daily prayer, you will always be victorious. You will always have favor with God. You'll have blessings beyond comprehension. You'll have open doors and breakthrough and you'll have miracles because prayer produces all of this. So obviously the reason why it's hard for us to pray is because the devil will literally use everything. Like I literally believe, Mike, that the devil's number one mission in our life is to create enough chaos, small and big, to detract us from prayer because of what prayer can do.
Mm,
Um, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's it's one of those things where you know it's 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 the devil. Secondly, is our flesh. Like our flesh really doesn't want to pray. It doesn't because prayer is a step of faith. In reality, you're talking to like nobody that you can see. You're talking to God, of course, but you can't see. It's that can become challenging sometimes to carry on a conversation when you might be in a moment where you don't even feel God, much less see him. And sometimes people, because they haven't had a faith breakthrough in their life, they have a lot of unbelief and doubt. So because of that unbelief and doubt, that slows them down from prayer. Third reason is personal sin. Third reason is because it's like why Adam and Eve hid themselves in the garden. A lot of times when you feel guilty about something, you don't want to pray because you know God's going to deal with you. You know God is going to uh, convict you because being in his presence, which is holiness, is going to bring automatic conviction of the things that you've been doing or saying or whatnot. So those are the three reasons in my book why it's challenging to pray.
That's good. I like when when you mentioned number two, that it's a step of faith and we sort of fight against our flesh. I think that hey, Shane Spillers just joined us. Good to see you, Shane. Uh, the thing that I think about is that a lot of times when we pray, we don't get like immediate feedback. We don't immediately see results, hear from God, and so we're not getting that constant sort of feedback loop. Sometimes we do, and I can think back in my life of those times where you immediately see results or you immediately hear from God, and those spiritual moments where and those are the sort of the landmark uh, prayer moments in my life, spiritual moments that I can draw from. And those are the times that we think about as powerful spiritual moments because we've got that immediate feedback loop. It's just like having a great conversation with someone. Sometimes you can have a conversation with someone and it doesn't really flow very well because they're not, maybe paying attention or they're not giving you feedback or whatever. And then sometimes you can have this great, intense, intimate conversation with someone where there's a lot of exchange of ideas, and those moments of prayer stand out in our minds. Like, God was moving when I was praying, and these I saw these things happen. Maybe you saw healings and miracles and all these things while you're praying, or you heard from God, or there was someone speaking into your life at the time or whatever. But sometimes we just don't get that. In fact, most times when we're in prayer, we don't get that immediate feedback. We don't get that sort of faith building as we go. I think that's when it's important to draw on those times that you have had that immediate feedback, those sort of landmark moments in your life.
Very good stuff, Mike. I like it. So would you say that um, people should pray even when they don't feel it, even when they don't? Let's say you pray and you just feel blah, you fall asleep, you're like, your mind is wandering, you're yawning. Do you think people should pray still, or just like, you
Especially,
know what, I'm not feeling
I think absolutely they should. Um, that's and the problem is a lot of times we rely way too heavily on our feelings. You know, we're body, we're soul, we're spirit. A soul is a lot of emotion. You know, if you rely on your emotion, you're going to be a ship tossed every direction. Don't do that.
it? Yeah, you're exactly right. And there's been more people lose out with God because they followed their feelings. And Mike, if I could listen, if I could grab Christianity, sit them down in a chair, in 5 minutes, I would tell them, look, there's three things you have to know no matter what. You'll learn other things as you go, but these three things are do or die. You have to understand this is all about faith. Like the Bible says, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth. The first thing Jesus is going to look for when he comes back is faith. And you can never survive this walk of Christianity without faith. So that's why you said, you made a good point. It's not our feelings. When you're yawning and you don't feel it, you pray because of faith. You know, you pray when you don't feel like praying because of faith, and you know that God is going to honor that, and God is going to still, the results of prayer are still going to be there, even on the days where you feel blah, or you feel flat, or you don't feel like praying, or you don't feel God. It's faith. The other two things I would tell Christianity, I'll have to save for another time because of the sake of time to stay on subject. But it is good to see our friend Shane. Man, this is like a soldier coming home, man. I've missed him. I've missed seeing Shane smile. I miss seeing him at Mission 25.
Yeah.
Miss seeing him on Field of Success. Shout out to Shane, who's been working hard in Louisiana. He's out of his element right now. He had to go up, out of town for business. That's always tough, man. It's tough to be on the road, man. So extra prayers out to Shane.
Yeah, for sure. Al said something earlier too about, and let me see if I can grab it. He said that it's hard to pray for the same reason that it's hard to juice and exercise because it's not a priority. And I think I like what you said in your first point about it being distraction and the enemy doesn't want us to pray. I think we need to keep that in our mind, that how powerful prayer really is, and that even though we don't see immediate results all the time, you know, this is the most power one of the most powerful weapons that we have at our disposal to affect and impact our lives as well as those around us, and to keep that a priority. Sometimes you got to have a little talk with yourself. You know, same with exercise. You know, say, hey, you know, where do I want to be in 5 years? You know, have that conversation with yourself, and then you can have that same conversation about prayer. Like, you know, do you want to become weak and anemic and unable to do anything spiritually, or do you want to be strong spiritually? There's a
You know,
strong parallel between physical exercise and prayer.
I know this what I'm about to say. I've read everything that I could get my hands on prayer. I've personally studied the subject over the last 15 years. I've tried a lot of different types of prayers. I even wrote a little spiritual warfare prayer guide to kind of help people. And I actually wrote that when our church did 24-hour prayer, and the only way we could do 24-hour prayer was to do 3-hour prayer shifts. Like literally, I told our church, there's no way that we're allowing the devil to have 1 minute off. I want somebody praying 24 hours around the clock. Well, we didn't have enough people at the time, so I had to have everybody take 3-hour prayer shifts, and we rotated. So I actually wrote that book during that time to give people a guide, because unless you're like a master of prayer, praying 3 hours is like 3 hours. That's like these people that tell me they prayed all night. I'm like, wow, about what? Like, what do you say? I'm saying? Like, I believe in it. It sounds victorious and courageous to say I prayed all night. But, anyways, so I wrote that during that season. But I will say this, Mike, for anybody out there that just wants to chew on what I'm about to say and accept the challenge, if you can find a way, somehow, some way, to pray before 5 a.m. every morning, every day. Even if you set the alarm for 4:15 or 4:30 and you pray during that time, from 5 to 6 or 4:30 to 5, 5:30, whatever, right? I can tell you this, of all the different things I've studied about prayer, and all that I've ever experienced, the greatest results I've ever seen anybody get is in that early morning before 5 a.m. prayer. In fact, I know there's a guy that wrote a book about this who's actually shared a lot of biblical principles about why it's best and biblical to pray in the early morning hours. And you study all the men in the Bible. Always it said they arose early to worship the Lord, or they arose early to seek the Lord. So yeah, is it hard to can you imagine, every day of your life praying at 4 o'clock in the morning or 4:30 in the morning? Your flesh right now might resist it, but all I can tell you is take this and chew on it for a few days and give it some thought and try it. Try early morning prayer, because here's the deal. Even if you go back to bed, okay, there's something about that putting God first. There's also something about, the Bible says, neither give place to the devil. Like, the devil has no way possible can he defeat a prayerful person. Someone that prays stays. There's just no way. So praying first before anything happens, before you ever get a text or a phone call, before you ever interact with one human being, that there's something about that interaction with God early in the morning that literally, Mike, in my opinion, will have the greatest spiritual impact and blessings and miracles and results than any other. And the problem with most people, Mike, is they're sporadic with their prayer. Remember, in Acts chapter 10, God said your prayers came up as a memorial. Peter and John went to the temple at the 9th hour for prayer. Like, a lot of times people are too sporadic with their prayer time and they haven't made it holy or sacred. So if you don't accept the challenge to do 4 or 5 a.m. prayer, even if you go back to bed, I do recommend having the same set time every day if possible, that you meet with God, and pray. That's just my thought on that.
I like that.
I love what Julie said right here. Man,
Yeah.
I can't even tell you. Some of my greatest childhood memories is waking up to my grandma's prayers. I'm still in church because of her prayers. That's moving, and that's always something that if you're a parent, the greatest gift you can give your kids is for them to see you pray at home.
It's good. So we've got about a minute and a half. Got a question here that came in, and it's a hard one, but you're up to the challenge.
I love Mike. I love you, man, because you do good at managing our show, and I know you care about the people's questions. And you're like, okay, we got a minute and a half. I love it, man. Let's see what we can do. What is it, man? Let's see how best we can do it.
Question is, what do you do if there's no good church in your area?
Wait till
Literally,
next Wednesday.
can't handle it in a minute. Yeah. I was wondering.
I don't want everyone to really hear me. The question is, if there's no good church, meaning there's no good church, okay?
Yeah.
Then I personally strongly feel you should do 3 things. Number 1 is you should regularly watch, Anthony Mangan, my pastor Jack Cunningham is live on the webcast. I would find a very strong preacher. I mean, a strong apostolic preacher that preaches strong. And I would watch him the same time every Wednesday night, every Sunday morning, every Sunday night. I would literally watch the live webcast. This is if there's no strong church. And this is why people put live webcasts up there, because this is a reality. There are good people out there, Mike, that live in cities where there's no church.
Yeah.
The second thing I would do is I would have a weekly prayer meeting, and I would have a weekly Bible study, combined. I would literally, you got to have community. So even if it's, Jesus said 2 or 3, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name. So I would find 2 or 3 people of like-minded faith. I would, have a Bible study, prayer meeting of some sort. And then number 3, I would actively be involved in serving the poor and serving, just even if you come under the umbrella of Mission 25, saying I do missions work in again, Mike, I don't want anybody to misunderstand. This is if there's no church, and this happens.
Yeah.
So obviously we got to come up with an answer. And in 1 minute, this is my best answer. I'd like to go deeper into this next Wednesday, because I do believe we should help people out there that are in these situations. Obviously, we're not starting as many churches as we should. So in this case, dude, look, I'd listen to Anthony Mangun or Jack Cunningham every single Wednesday, Sunday morning, Sunday night. I would. Those are the 2 strongest preachers I know that they preach strong. They both preach faith. They both preach truth. And I would listen to them literally every Wednesday, every Sunday morning, every Sunday night, and do the other things I mentioned.
That's good. Yeah, we can kind of jump into that again next week as well. But that's some good advice. It's been fun.
It's been good, Mike. I'm not gonna wish you happy birthday on your Facebook when your birthday comes around.
It's okay.
Good to learn that about you, my friend.
I don't get upset when people wish me a happy birthday. I'm just saying I just don't do it.
Well, at least now we know. Now we know. Mike, we love you, man. We'll be seeing you tomorrow, Thursday. And also, man, don't forget, guys, speaking of prayer, be praying for Detroit. Mission 25 is coming up in less than 16 days in Detroit, Michigan. And we got some awesome things happening. Like, the schedule for Detroit is like real Mission 25. Anybody that's coming to Detroit, chalk it up. You're getting a real mission trip experience. There literally is no breathing room in the schedule, and I'm talking that starts at 6 a.m. at a homeless shelter. So if you're coming to Mission 25 in Detroit, take a lot of naps before you get there. Get rested up, because I'm telling you, you are not going to get much sleep. But that's okay, because you'll so love what we're doing, you won't even want to sleep.
That's the truth. Hey, also, Matt, in just a little bit, we've got Soul Winner Show, so anybody that wants to join us on that.
Oh, yeah.
It's Wednesday.
I forgot. Here, I thought I had the rest of the morning off. What's up with this?
Collision with the schedule. Today's Wednesday, so every Wednesday at 10 we also do a Soul Winner Show, so anybody that wants to join us for that, we'll put the link up, or you just go to soulwinner.tv, click on live, and we'll be there.
I'm not showing up. I'm not coming.
That's fine. I'm going to talk about you the whole time.
Talk about it. I love you, man. God bless you guys. We love y'all. See you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
See y'all later.